What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And today I have to do an emergency Algorand video. I did not plan on it, but when I saw this news, I had to come and tell you. The price just went up quite a little bit. Being how everything else is kind of down. And Algorand, even though Bitcoin didn't go up, Algorand did. And I was like, well, why? It went all the way to, if you look today, that's the year. If you look today, it went to $1.88, but not before a nice little dip to about $1.75, all the way up to $1.88. And then we're actually at $1.83 still. Well, I was wondering, I was like, man, are we going to keep going up or is this going to drop again on us? Well, I got to looking and I saw this. I was like, wait, Borderless Capital launches a $500 million Algorand-focused fund. No way. 2 hours ago? What? Okay, Borderless Capital is the one that's doing this. The fund will look to invest in a range of DeFi and NFT projects built on the Algorand blockchain network. How awesome news is that? I am so glad I didn't sell my Algorand, and I want to apologize for the way that I had acted about Algorand the other day. I was down $500. I wasn't feeling very hot about it. And so I might have, contributed to a little bit of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, some FUD. And I don't like to do that. I really thought Algorand, had dropped a lot from where it was, but I should know that you just hold through the dips, especially with a project like this. Obviously, it has big backers. And so you don't really have to worry about it. I was worried. I'm not going to lie to you. Even up until I saw this, I was worried about having my money in Algorand. It felt safe in ICP, even for the long term. And I might even stake at my ICP for 4 years after my first 6 months is done. And there's a lot of cool staking stuff that I have in store for that. And I've actually learned a lot more about it so that I can show you guys next time. But it won't just be a staking video. It'll be about like NFTs, staking. It'll be like a multi-video. So anyway, but back to Algorand. So the reason I was comparing it to ICP is because I believe in that, blockchain. I believe it'll be around for a long time and it will hold its value. And I don't have to worry about my money just like draining on me. So the reason I was worried about Algorand is because it pumped up super fast. Last part of this bull cycle, it barely got to $2. And it was normally around under $1. The last bear market we had, it was under $1. Like it went to maybe 70 cents. So I was a little bit worried, but still it's like a champ and it has a lot of backers. So my whole point is I shouldn't have, gone that route. And I actually do believe that my money is fairly safe. Now, another reason that I didn't is because of that flash pump, from 160 to 282 all the way back down to 183 immediately. That is what made my money feel unsafe. I didn't think that it was going to go down that far. That's why I bought it 191. I thought it was just going to, V-shape from like about 190, not go all the way back down to 150 again. That's why it really scared me. So that was my fault. I know that, things can happen, but, it's sometimes hard to sit through those dips. I didn't sell though. That's the good part. I didn't have weak hands. Even though I was kind of fearful a little bit, I, stepped back. And that's the thing. If you are getting to that point, that's when you just need to take a step back, vent somewhere like I do my venting on videos sometimes. And that's all that was. So I do apologize to you guys for that. But let's get to the good news. This is awesome. And you can already see the effects in the price. Borderless Capital is launching a $500 million algo fund. Algo Fund 2 to help develop projects built on the Algorand blockchain. The company announced on Tuesday the fund will invest in digital assets powering the next generation of decentralized applications on top of the Algorand blockchain network. Okay. including projects to disrupt the creator's economy with non-fungible tokens, and initiatives that can increase capital in the algo decentralized finance ecosystem through liquidity mining, lending, borrowing, and yield farming, the company said in the press release. Now, I wouldn't mind doing some yield farming with this, and also that 4% annual percentage yield is boss. Now, when you're down $500 and you're getting 30 cents a day, it kind of feels bad because you're like, oh man, I'm down 500 and you're giving me 30 cents a day. But you can't look at it like that, because that 30 cents a day stays there and the amount stays there, like, so when it goes back up. So it does feel kind of weird when you're getting 30 cents in your way in the hole. So just sit through those dips, guys. And what you can really do is when it dips like that, if you have the money, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, is especially if you bought at a much higher price, what you can do, especially if it dips way low, buy in at that way low dip, because then it'll come back up to the median price where you were still in the loss, but you might almost be, in broken even by that point. So I bought in at 191, but then I also bought at 171 and 181. So my median price is like right around 183, right where we're at right now. So a little right around there. So that's the good part about, I call it, mitigating your risk. But it's actually, just dividing dollar cost averaging, basically. Dollar cost averaging, that's all it is. And you can do it in a day, or you can do it every once a week. You could dollar cost average 5 times in one day. And what does that mean? If you buy the crypto at 5 different prices, that's dollar cost averaging. So you don't really want to do it in one day, because you would want to get it at the lowest price of that day. But you can't always do that, right? If you bought it and then it started to go up and then went lower than the original price that you had bought it, that happens sometimes. So, or it just keeps going down after you bought it, then you can buy it at another lower price, but that gets risky if it keeps going down. So just be careful with that. Algorand is looking like it's going to hold strong and maybe even go over $2. It's at $11 billion market cap right now. But let's see what they're saying about this. It says it amazes us to see how the ecosystem has expanded since then, but we believe that this is just the beginning and there is lots of room to keep growing. Borderless founding managing partner David Garcia said in a statement. The Miami-based firm is among the leading investors in the Algorand ecosystem. Okay, it's Miami-based. So there is a big crypto hub in Miami. And there is a lot of money going in and out of there. And I hope they make it friendly for crypto taxes out there. They need to make like a part of America, that's more crypto friendly for people to live and pay less taxes on their crypto. Come on, at least give us one state where crypto isn't like, highly regulated and highly taxed, because it's going to end up happening. But we need to at least leave like 1 or 2 states that are like, yeah, nah, we'll tax you, but we'll do it like really small or something. We won't tax you, something like that. I don't know. Change the world someday, maybe. So in June 2019, it launched a $200 million Algo Fund 1. Okay, so that's why it was talking about the Algo Fund 2. So they already did this once before on Algorand. I'm glad. And that was only $100 million, they said? Was that what they said? $200 million. Okay, so this one's more than double that. This one's what, $500 million, they said? How much? Yep, $500 million. So more than double. So Borderless said that it is currently focusing $400 million in investments on Algorand projects through different funds. The company said that its Algo Fund 1 had invested in over 100 companies over the past 30 months, including Tinyman, Yieldy.finance, Reach, Opulus, and Flare Network. Flare Network! No way! Flare Network's on Algorand? I know it's a bridge from XRP and Ethereum, so they're putting Algorand. Kind of strange. Let's remember that, okay? We'll look into that in a later video. Just don't forget that. Remember, we'll come back to this point and remember that we talked about this one day. It's the second major injection of the venture capital for Algorand in as many days. Former Citi exec Matt Zhang announced a new $1.5 billion venture fund on Monday with Algorand enlisted as a strategic partner. What? What? Algorand is partnering with Citi? No, hold on. I want to read this. Former. Okay, hold on. Okay, that. Whew. My heart started beating super fast. Citi veteran launches. Okay. You know, it's not with Citi. Where does he get? Maybe he. How did he become a billionaire working for Citi? What was he? Was a Citi executive. I guess those guys make billions. But whatever, he has a $1.5 billion venture fund. With Algorand enlisted as a strategic partner, so it's not the main partner. Okay, but it's not Citi. I was about to flip. Like literally flip. That would have been crazy. So there's a lot of cool stuff heading in the future of Algorand that could really skyrocket the price to even all-time highs. It's sitting right at about, is it staying at 183? Okay. 183. Actually, I am $90 in the hole still. So it's I think it's 84. I'm broke even. It's $29.90. I'm broke even. So that's how much I put in altogether from the 191 and all the other ones that I told you about. So yeah, we're $92 off right now. So when it went to 188, we were above though. So that's why I was thinking that. And Algorand, I can see it going up from, here possibly. It's kind of looking a little bit like a bull flag if I just kind of look at it right there. Now if we would go to trade view and look at it, let's see if we can do trade view, huh? We'll do coin market cap. Okay, and then I'm not going to really use these line things. We're just going to look at it. Whoops. No, I just wanted to do that. Yeah, not erase the whole thing. Just that. There you go. Algo USD. Algo USD. See, doesn't that look better? Remember when we looked at this thing earlier? On the live stream? It was all going down, it seemed like. No, it was 3 up, and then we had 1 starting to go down, and then it blasted up again. Yeah, we are going down. We're actually at 182.47 right now. But we are at a point of resistance right here. As you see, there is a big resistance at $1.83. And that could be turned into support, but right now it's blocking us. So we did get above it, but we need to close above this in order to keep moving up. And we definitely had like a double bottom down here, but we need to get above this point in order to keep on moving. So on the day, I don't see much of anything. Now, even on the hour, I don't really see much of anything. And then on the 30-minute, it could be like a type of maybe a bull flag, but still not even really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, that's about all we can do on the phone because it gets really difficult. But we're thinking that it could be bullish, but Unless the market recovers, this news could propel it to, over $2, especially if the news gets out and they start, really using the money on there. So the news is good, but when they start inflowing that money on these projects and the projects start using it, and then the price will go up because, more money's going into Algorand and being built on it, and you have to use Algorand in order to do that. So, and then you'll pay Algorand fees possibly, for using all of this, the building on it, the NFTs and all that other stuff. You'll probably pay fees in Algorand. So it's going to bring the price and the value of the crypto up, and hopefully, keep it from dumping to these prices for that long, and when it dumps, it doesn't go down that far next time. It'll only go down to instead of a 157, it might only go to 165. A big dump down to 165, hold steady there, like this one. Maybe 162 even, 161. But not quite down to that other level. It would have been this 161, but down over here. That would have been the lowest. You know what I mean? So, or 165 or something just, a little bit higher where it just holds itself a little bit better, in the dumps, like a lot of the other crypto does. So I'd like to see Algorand be a little bit less volatile on the way down. Now on the way up, it I guess it blasts up just as good. So maybe if we get rid of the blasting down, it'll get rid of the blasting up the way it is. So, volatility is good if it works both directions. If volatility only works on the way down, it's not quite as good, but it does seem to be working vice versa. As you see, as far as it went down, it did spike up too. So, yeah, I like that. I like a good volatile crypto, but not one that I'm going to invest in the long term. That's the only place where I have a little bit of problem wrapping my head around it, because I want to make a longer term investment, but with all of these, massive volatile from 157 up to 188, that's 31 cents, and I could probably with $3,000. That is about, $800 or so. That would have been a nice $800 profit. And if I would have, sold up here, bought down here, and sold up here, boom, I would have made another, 500 and then another, 800. So it would have been a big profit. So I'm thinking I'm going to use Algorand as more of a money-making crypto, more of a day trading crypto, because it's super volatile. Now, once this money inflows start going in there, then I can see it being a longer term, because more stuff will be built on it. It will be a longer term crypto. And when Ethereum's fees get super high, Algorand is always, I've heard, a good alternative. I didn't know that. I thought it's an Ethereum token. So seeks to build on similar projects like Ethereum. Maybe it is not an Ethereum token. It is not an Ethereum token. I was wrong. Okay. And I've read this before. I just, some reason I always think it's because it's built on similar projects like Ethereum. So this is not an Ethereum token. I think it's its own blockchain and everything. Yeah, that's why it has NFTs. Okay, dude, Algorand is a little bit better than I'm thinking. I always get it a little bit mixed up. So, yeah, this is a really cool crypto. I'm on board. But I like the volatility, so I can make a lot of money, and I think it's going to have a long-term future too. So maybe you can incorporate long-term and short-term holdings. Maybe if you can get into Algorand at 85 cents or lower, you hold that for your long term, and then if you get in at $1.57, you can sell at $1.88 and make a profit. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, common sense. All right, guys, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin.